Hey guys, it's Misty from the Book Rat, and it's time for a book haul. I really wasn't planning on having another book haul again so soon, but I've had these things kind of piling up for the last couple weeks, so I figured I'd better show them to you so that I can put them away. I mentioned on the Facebook page that I needed to record another haul, and as soon as I hit post, I thought, I have a package that I haven't opened. The UPS guy had come as I was leaving, and so I had just tossed it in my purse. And long story short, I could have been like gazing fondly at this all weekend, but instead I just opened it. It's Zita the Spacegirl by Ben Hockey, which some of you may recall already have a copy of. But this one is all fancy pants because it is signed. Look at that. I love this series. This is the first one. The second is Legends of Zita the Spacegirl, which I still need to review. Yeah, I'm totally geeked about that though. Speaking of being geeked, Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. Because I love you and because I know that you guys want to see me act like an idiot, I recorded myself opening this one because I had a sneaking suspicion of what was in the package. So enjoy that. Okay, so UPS just woke me up. I'm not gonna tell you what time it is, but I figured you guys would probably want to see me open this, so I'm gonna shiny mailer. You know how I like my shiny mailers. It always means there's something good from Macmillan, and based on the color of this one, I'm pretty sure I can guess what it is. This is the second book in the Lunar Chronicles. If you haven't read Cinder yet, I would highly recommend it. I loved it. It is a futuristic, dystopian-ish fairy tale retelling, and it's awesome. Yeah, I'm geeked. So this one doesn't come out until next year sometime. Oh, it doesn't come out until February, guys. So I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna be reading it really, really soon. The Infernal Devices graphic novel series, Clockwork Angel, by Cassandra Clare. This one just showed up in my mailbox, and I didn't actually know that it was a thing. I didn't know that there was a graphic novel adaptation of the series. I do own Clockwork Angel. I bought it when Borders was closing. It was 40 cents, so I figured there was really no reason I shouldn't buy it, even though I wasn't a huge fan of the Mortal Instruments series and didn't even finish that series actually. But yeah, I've had it sitting on my shelves for over a year because Borders closed last summer. But when this one showed up, I figured maybe this will be a way to kind of introduce myself to the series and decide if I want to read the full novel of Clockwork Angel. So I will give this a try, and I will let you guys know. But I'm sure, I know Cassandra Clare has a lot of fans, very rabid fans, so I'm sure some of you are very excited about this, and if you're like me and didn't know that it was a thing, there you go, that's a thing. Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. This one got the A.S. King happy dance. I actually mentioned on Twitter the other day that my phone knows A.S. King because I recommend her in texts. So the other day I was typing the word asking and it popped up, did you mean at A.S. King? So yeah, I'm a fan, needless to say. Looking forward to this one. Haven't not liked any of her books yet. She always wins me over, so definitely highly anticipating it. I sent my copy of Stormdancer to Liz at Consumed by Books, and she decided to get a hardcover, and because she assumed I was probably going to be doing the same thing, she beat me to the punch and bought me a hardcover of Stormdancer by Jay Kristoff. I mean, you guys already know that Liz is awesome at this point. She ends up in like every video. And to further up the awesome level, she also added in Persuasion. This is the 96, 97, 95 I think actually, the 1995 adaptation. And the note that she gave was, I don't know how you don't already own this. I'm bad about buying movies, like even movies that I love and know I will watch over and over and over. I just don't do it for some reason. So thank you, Liz. The Believing Game by, I'm not entirely sure how you say her name. I'm guessing that it's Erin Corrigan. I could totally be wrong about that. This was another random copy, another unsolicited, from Scholastic. Yes, from Scholastic. And I hadn't heard of this book before it showed up in my mailbox. So when it got here I looked it up, and I have to say, I don't think that the little sheet that they send with it really did it justice. Reading the synopsis on here, I was just like, oh, okay. When I looked it up on Goodreads, it had a bunch of buzzwords that popped out at me. Frankly, all I needed to see was cult leader, and I was like, okay, I want to read that. So it actually does sound really good, and I'm glad that they sent it to me, because otherwise I don't know that it would have popped up on my radar. I hadn't heard of it, I hadn't seen anyone posting about it. But it sounds really dark and kind of disturbing, and I like that. I also have to say I like the design of the arc, like internally. The chapter headings are nice, and I like the sort of end papers and things like that. They're just really dark. And this is going to sound kind of silly, but they also feel neat. I also really like the design of the back. This one doesn't come out until December. Ostensibly Ordinary by Alyssa Goodnight. Alyssa participated in Austen in August this year. This is actually her second book. The first one's called Ostentatious. This one comes out in January, I believe. February. It says February, but I think it's actually the very end of January. I could be wrong about that, but comes out next year. I am going to not save it for Jane and June. I'm actually going to review it closer to when it comes out, but probably do something else with it for Jane and June or something else with Alyssa. But it sounds really good, and I love the cover. It's just really cute. And this is what Ostentatious looks like, and that one is already out. Me Talk Pretty One Day by David Sedaris. This was in my Friends of the Library book sale for $1, so I picked it up. I have a lot of friends that love this book specifically, and David Sedaris in general, so I figured for $1, why not? And though I feel like I'm forgetting something, I am. Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. This one had been on my wish list for a long time, and I was just kind of waiting for a specific copy to pop up, and it never did. So I went ahead and got the mass market size, even though I don't really like mass market size. I have seen the anime, but I have not read the book yet. But I know it's on many, many people's favorites list, so definitely looking forward to it. I may still be forgetting something. The sequel to Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. I don't have a physical copy to show you because they're only doing e-copies for that one, I assume to minimize spoilers. So that one's coming out soon, and I will be reading it soon, and having Laini on the blog as part of the blog tour, and it's going to be awesome, so you should check it out. Knew I was going to forget something again. Over the weekend, I went to Catherine M. Valenti's signing at Schuler's Books in Lansing, and got all of my books that I have by her signed, as well as picked up a finished copy of The Girl Who Fell Beneath Fairyland. So I will show you guys those. Even though they're not technically new to my shelves, they're all things that I owned, they're different now. And they're moving shelves because they're moving to the sign shelf. I took The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a ship of her own making, which is now signed. Took my arc of The Girl Who Fell Beneath Fairyland and led the revels there, which is now signed. And that's just an unattributed signing because I'm going to pass it on to someone. Because I picked up a new copy, which is signed to me. And I also took Deathless. And now I think I'm done. So that was the end of this book haul. That was it for me for right now. As always, happy reading! You ever just feel like you're off your game? Like I am just... When do you come out? This one doesn't come out until December. December? I have a few friends that love this book. Okay, so there's, you know, the Just Woken Up Misty. Hope you enjoyed that.